Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Johnson and I'm an independent ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. I'm going to take a minute today to tell you about one of our new products. Just a couple weeks ago, we were all at our wonderful convention in Vegas and they released two new products. The product I'm going to talk about in this video is Vitalbiome. So many of you have probably been watching Plexus, maybe know a little bit about our products, maybe you're even taking our products, and you know that we have a probiotic. It's called Probio5, and there are some really amazing components of our Probio5, and you might be thinking, well, what is this Vitalbiome? How does it fit into the picture? Why is there a second probiotic that Plexus is now offering? So I want to tell you a little bit about it. First, a recap on Probio5. Probio5 has 5 strains of good bacteria, but the main thing that makes Probio5 different and exciting and interesting, and which gives us these amazing results that people are experiencing, is the enzyme blend that is in Probio5. So Probio5 has enzymes that go in and help to break down all of the yucky stuff in our gut, help to break down the candida, help to break down some of those fungus and get out all of that gunk. So when we think of our gut like a garden, which a lot of people will describe your gut as a garden, right? And we have all these microorganisms that are kind of like the flowers that you might plant in this garden. So what Probio5 does is it goes in, and not only is it planting some seeds for these new flowers to grow, these good bacteria, but it's also in there weeding out the bad stuff. It is doing the job of getting space for the good bacteria to live and getting out all of the gunk. So Probio5 has about 2 billion live cells of the positive bacteria, but its main job is to actually go in and get rid of all of the yucky stuff. So there's room for your garden to grow, because if it's covered with weeds, it's really hard. No matter how much you try to plant those flowers, it's really, really hard to get them to grow. And that's what we see happening often with people who take a really great probiotic that has a whole bunch of live cells, is that if they don't have any enzymes, if they're not getting out the bad stuff, you can take a good probiotic as much as you'd like, but there's no room. There's no room for those good flowers to grow. So now that we have Probio5, people are taking Probio5, we've got a little person in there weeding out all of the yucky stuff. We take our BioCleanse to help us actually get it out of our body. But now we have Vitalbiome. And what Vitalbiome is what you might think of as more a typical probiotic. So, well, it's anything but typical, but it's got 8 now instead of 5. It's got 8 probiotic strains in it. These probiotic strains are now at a dose of 20 billion live cells. So 20 billion live cells in 8 different strains that are going to go in and just plant flowers in that garden in your gut. So there aren't any enzymes. This is not something that's going to go in and weed out anything, but they are going to do an immense amount of planting these new and supporting the new bacteria. So we take our Probio5, the one that's going to do all the weeding, at nighttime before we go to bed. Most of us, either with that nighttime meal or before you go to bed, and it kind of does all that work at night, weeding the garden. And this Vitalbiome is now something you're going to take in the morning. You're going to take it in the morning. If you take Slim, you can take it in the morning with Slim, but we want to take it in the morning once the Probio5 has worked really hard all night long to weed that garden and you're getting it out of your system. We take our Vitalbiome once a day in the morning, and it allows to plant that garden after all the weeding is done. So that's kind of exciting. So there's a few other things to know. I have notes, so I wouldn't forget to tell you anything. There's a few other things that are good to know. One, this probiotic is in a capsule that has a delayed release. So it has been proven to delay a release about 45 minutes into the digestive process, which gets it to the right part of the body. Often capsules release in about 30 minutes, and if we can't get a capsule past the really acidic stomach, then we lose out on a lot of those live cells that are supposed to go in and plant. Our little flowers just get eaten up in the acid in the stomach, and they never get to the part of the digestive tract where they're supposed to be working. So this has a slow release capsule that's going to allow the probiotics to get to the part of the digestive tract where they're needed. Yay. The second thing is this does not need to be refrigerated, and part of the reason it doesn't need to be refrigerated is because of the kind of bottle that it is put in. It's called a Plexi pack, and that bottle has been specially formulated to allow for an environment inside the space to keep probiotics good for the entire life of the probiotic. So you don't need to refrigerate it. It actually is in this bottle that keeps out moisture and keeps the oxygen content the way that it should be, so that you can have that probiotic. I keep mine in my bathroom so that first thing in the morning I remember to take it. I keep it next to my Probio5 that I'm taking right before I go to bed. So it does not need to be refrigerated. It can be taken anywhere with you, which is awesome. The other thing that you need to know is that this probiotic is gluten-free, it is non-GMO, and it is 100% vegetarian. Also, we have clinically tested this probiotic. We've clinically tested the 8 strains in the probiotic, and this is what we have found. It has been clinically proven to help balance your microorganisms, balance your gut, boost your immune system, help combat bloating and relieving any bowel discomfort. But the other thing, this is the bigger part, is it's been proven to help promote relaxation, stabilizing your stress hormones, and reducing feelings of anxiety. This probiotic has been called kind of like our happy pill. This probiotic has strains that are really helping with mental health and helping to balance people's mood. So it's really exciting to be able to have your tummy feeling better, but also have your brain feeling better. Now, a lot of people don't understand there's a huge tummy-brain connection. Your gut is considered your second brain. There are more neurotransmitters in your gut than there are in your brain. So if you're having issues with anxiety, stress, depression, ADD, it's a gut issue. That is something that should be addressed here and not here. So this probiotic is looking at how we can address those things in the gut and help people not only feel healthier, but also happier. All right, if you have any questions about Vitalbiome, please let me know, or you can contact the ambassador that sent you this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.